welcome back to another edition of Movies That Move. We are on location at Zenny's house. So last night we had a time, huh?
Yeah.
We had a time.
The Christmas party was a hit.
It was. Lots of fun was had. Marshmallows were flying everywhere. Story for a later date. But today, we're talking about a Christmas romance. Meet Me Next Christmas, which is on Netflix. If you are looking for that cutesy romance, happy ending movie, this is it.
It's giving very much Hallmark.
You know what? Oh no, I can't say it was a completely white cast, but the cast, the one you're focused on, all black cast.
Yeah, and it was giving Hallmark.
I mean, the romance, the Christmas romance, that's their
which
trademark.
Is crazy because I'm a romantic comedy type person, but I've never been into Lifetime or Hallmark movies like that. Because sometimes they come across a little predictable or a little cheesy. So and this movie gave me that, but it wasn't overkill of it. So I actually ended up kind of liking it because it was cute, but it wasn't I don't know, it wasn't as cheesy as what I've seen before. Because Netflix did a good job with this one.
I think part of the reason why it wasn't cheesy was because we saw ourselves in it. Normally, when I watch these movies, I'm like, okay, typical woman gets divorced, breaks up with her boyfriend. It's around Christmas time. She's devastated. So she decides to go to Colorado, bumps into this handsome guy who owns the coffee shop that she went to. And then they coincidentally start seeing each other around town. And the next thing you know, they have stars in their eyes and they're strategically placed under a mistletoe. They kiss and there you have your happy ending. This is just as formulaic, but again, because we're seeing ourselves in it, it feels different. Yeah. It feels different. So in this movie, I'm going to give you all the cast up front because when I go to edit, it's kind of a pain in the butt to stop the video and put these pictures up. So in this film, we have Christina Milian, the lead, Layla, who is looking for her love interest. Deval Ellis plays Teddy. He is the concierge that is taking on the task of helping her get to her love interest at a Pentatonics concert. We have Kofi Siriboe, who plays James, the love interest. Pentatonics, all five of them, end up having an invested interest in Layla meeting her one true love. And her best friend, Layla's best friend, played by Tamika Tafari, her best friend Roxy. And then we also have, where did I write his name? Kalen Allen playing, what was his? Jordy. He plays Teddy's cousin, Jordy. We'll get to where he comes in a minute. But basically, this is a love quest. So what happened was Layla met both Teddy and James at an airport. She was waiting for a flight to open up. They were in the executive lounge and she bumps into Teddy and he's showing her, hey, the best way to eat this food, add a little sriracha to it. And then he's gone. Teddy comes in and he's like, man, this storm, I'm not going to be able to get to my nephew. Oh, what a Christmas. Excuse me. And he sits down beside her. They strike up a conversation. At the end of the conversation, when his flight is called, he says, if you find yourself single next Christmas, because she introduced him to Pentatonics, he had no idea who they were. He says, if you find yourself single next year at Christmas, why don't we meet at the Pentatonics concert? And she was like, oh, you're hoping me and my boyfriend break up. Okay, on the outside chance of that happening, deal. I will meet you at the Pentatonics concert. Should we get into the breakup?
We can. I mean, long story short, he he cheated on her with someone else in her house,
On her couch.
which, again,
Now, you have to see it, and you'll probably say the same thing that I said, which is typical.
and it was like, I don't know, like in the beginning, I was like, I don't like this guy. Like
Yeah.
as soon as she got on the phone with him, I didn't like him, and then I just knew as soon as she was like walking to the house, about to go in and greet him and everything, I knew something was gonna happen.
Yeah, because he wanted to see Macklemore for Christmas.
Yeah.
Because every year they go to see Pentatonics, and he was kind of whining about it. So I was like, oh boy.
He's one of them. Like,
this ain't gonna last. And it didn't. And so she went to see her friend, Roxy, in New York City. Now, Layla lived in Poughkeepsie, which is up north in New York. And so she wasn't real familiar with the city. She would go see her friend Roxy. They do their hanging out, and then scoop back up to Poughkeepsie she went. So anyway, she goes to her friend's house and she's like, "Oh, I'm so sad about my breakup. Boo-hoo. This is horrible." But you know what? It's Christmas time. This is a year later when she's at Roxy's house. She goes, "It's Christmas time, and you know, there was that guy James I met at the airport. We did agree to meet at the Pentatonics concert. So maybe I should get a ticket." And so she goes to try and find the ticket. They're all sold out, but when she's looking at the website, they have pictures of everyone who's getting a ticket. Coincidentally, whose face should pop up but her airport lover, James. So now she's on a mission. This is the quest part of the story. And yes, everything that could go wrong went wrong. But along the way, Pentatonics found out about her search for her love and a ticket. They didn't even have any leftover tickets, but they were interested to see if they could get her one, if they could procure one for her. Now, you're probably asking, where does James come in? Well, as it turns out, the person who she hired to help her get the ticket was James. He works for a concierge service. So he's like, "I will do every and anything to get you this ticket." He recognized her face, but didn't remember from where until much later. Again, expected. But they went all around the city and they had all of these situations. They, what was the first one? Where did I write this down? Oh, yeah. So let's see. She tried her own method, which got her robbed and him pepper sprayed. They met a really, should we say they were emo?
I wouldn't say emo.
Vampire?
Eccentric, and definitely like more of the artsy crowd.
Okay.
They
were giving very much vampire.
I don't know. They were giving me like just those artsy people that you always see at museums and stuff like that. But they're just so eccentric and so like into the arts and all that.
Into the arts
and dramatic kind of.
each other, yes.
Yeah,
it was actually comical. Then this couple sent them on another quest to get a Chanel bag in exchange for a ticket. They went to get the bag and inadvertently started a riot in the Chanel store. And there was a Karen involved in that scene. If you want to see a Karen get shut down, it was fun.
That was funny.
Yeah. Okay, and then what else was there? Oh, Kalen Allen, who plays a cousin, Jordy, he said, "Hey, I got tickets for you." So they go rushing over to Teddy's mama's house where Kalen is staying. I'm sorry, Jordy is staying. And find out that in order for them to get the tickets, every time they find a ticket, there's a caveat. So in order for them to get the ticket, they have to dance in a drag competition, a drag ball competition, whatever you want to call it. Um, and guess what happens? They don't get the ticket. But by this time, Pentatonics is tracking the situation, and they're like, oh my God, is she going to meet James? Oh, we got to find a way to get her a ticket. And when she didn't win the ticket, they were ready to give up. And then another opportunity arises to get the ticket. Guess what happens? Yes, she makes it to the concert. She meets James, but the relationship is thwarted. Now, I know a lot of you feel like, well, why am I going to watch the movie? You just told me everything. I have not told you everything. I told you the predictable parts.
I feel like the whole thing is predictable.
The whole thing really is predictable. But
like from the beginning, you just...
I mean, you
from the... Okay, the reason why I already knew it was going to happen before it happened was because watching the trailer alone, I said, I see where this is going.
Right.
I didn't even like watch the movie yet. I just knew where it was going.
Right.
So all of that to be said, we're not going to tell you what's going on, but
it's the how it came together that's entertaining.
Yeah, like it's a really cute like Christmassy love story where you're going on this quest to try to do something or make a change, and you have these self-realizations about yourself. Like it's good for that.
Right.
But it's as far as the love story being some type of like plot twist or
no plot twist,
like some dramatic finish that really has you thinking, it's not giving that at all.
It's a gentle landing.
Yeah, for sure.
All in all, it's a fun movie. I can tolerate this one. I actually watched it twice.
And
now, am I going to watch another Christmas romance? The chances are slim to none, and Slim left town. I probably will not torment myself like that. But
torment yourself.
No, once you start watching 5 or 6 in a row and it's not your genre, it's torment. It's torment.
That's crazy.
For me, it is. I can't do it. You know, look, I like Scrooge. She's upset because last week I watched, I think, 3 versions of the movie.
I can't
and the what is that? 1984?
Yeah.
The 1984 version, hands down my favorite. Okay, and please don't ask me who the main actor is. He embodies Scrooge, but it's the one where Christmas Present is wearing the green robe, and he's real jolly and boisterous. So anyway, that aside, you now know my favorite Christmas movie. But yeah, I wouldn't go hunting down other romance movies. Again, if you're into the Lifetime Hallmark romance thing, this is perfect. You will love it. You will watch it multiple times. Again, it's a fun movie, being that it's not my favorite thing to do around Christmas is sit and watch these movies. It's a fun movie to watch. It's entertaining. They really put together a good cast. What's his name was hilarious. Where is he? Kalen Allen.
Yeah, he's always hilarious.
I mean, he took his role seriously.
I would honestly like to see him in more stuff. Yeah, because he's really fun. Like, I feel like he could have like his own sitcom or something. It would be hilarious. Yeah. Like, he's really good.
Yeah. I think he turned up the gay about
a little bit for that.
Not a little bit. He turned it up a lot.
Because usually, like when you see him, he's not like
he's just being himself.
Yeah,
he's just being himself. But this, he turned it up, and I loved it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would say definitely a watch. Check it out. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Is this your favorite genre? Is it not? What is your favorite Black Christmas film? You can tell us in the comments below, because honestly, I need recommendations. I need something a little different. You know, we got Scrooge,
and Friday After Next is Christmas movie.
I haven't seen it.
It's a classic.
It's
a great
Friday.
film.
Don't judge me. I've seen Friday, but I haven't gone down the rabbit hole.
You got Friday to. It's just a given. You know what?
All right,
we'll do that.
We're done with this.
We'll do that today.
Okay, yeah.
Because I actually was like half asleep watching this.
Okay, so this is our last show for the season. We will be back with a new movie. I haven't figured out what that is yet, and I'm open to your suggestions, Miss.
Honestly, I don't know how you're gonna feel about this, but the day it came out, I watched the Jamie Foxx document, or not documentary. I keep saying, people keep saying that to me, so now I'm saying it. But the Jamie Foxx stand up that he just did, talking about what happened to him, and it's called "What Had Happened Was."
Yeah, it sounds more like a documentary then.
But it's not a documentary, because documentaries, it's kind of like they end up like talking to all these different people and taking you to the places and locations. This is literally a stand-up show that he's doing, but he's also telling us like what happened, and he's bringing, his daughter out, and well, both of his daughters he's bringing out, and he's shouting out people that were kind of like helping him during that time. He's doing some musical numbers. So
it's a whole performance.
He's doing his impersonation. Yeah, like he's doing his Jamie Foxx thing. Yeah. Like, and I loved it. And I was like, I got emotional in the very beginning because
wait a minute. Hold that thought. We're going to save that for the 17th.
Yeah, I think we should, but I do think we should do that one because not only was it emotional, but it was his normal, like, funny, entertaining self. Like, so yeah, I think we should do that.
All right. The child has spoken. We will be doing that on the 17th. So we look forward to seeing you then. Don't forget to like, share, follow. Tell your mama, tell your friends about Movies That Move We. The page is Movies That Move We on Facebook, and the playlist is also Movies That Move We on YouTube. So subscribe to both sections, and every time we put up a post, you'll see it, and you'll know in advance through the Facebook page what the next film is going to be when the banner changes. With that said, excuse me, have a wonderful Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and a happy New Year. We'll see you next year.
Bye.
Bye.